Part 1. The Encounter in the Sanctum. The air in the obsidian peaks of the dragon's spine was always thin, but tonight it felt heavy, charged with a scent of ozone, crushed pine, and an undeniable, intoxicating heat. Valerius, the high archmage of the citadel, adjusted his fur-lined cloak. He was exceptionally beautiful, a striking figure at 6 feet tall with a well-built, athletic physique that held an undeniable, sharp elegance. His long, beautiful eyelashes framed eyes of a piercing, intense blue, and a cloud of curly white hair caught the ambient light like spun silver. He was gorgeous, but his aura as a dominant alpha was devastating, a suffocating pressure usually enough to make lesser men drop to their knees. Yet, as he stepped into the cavernous, gold-lit sanctum of the Black Dragon, his instincts flared in a way he had never experienced before. Out of the shadows stepped Ignis. In his human form, the dragon was a towering, breathtaking force. Standing at a massive 6.5 feet tall, he completely eclipsed the archmage in height. His dark skin was rich and flawless, a deep charcoal tone that absorbed the ambient firelight, and his straight black hair fell smoothly around his sharp, handsome features. He possessed a devastatingly well-built, muscular body, broad, powerful shoulders tapering down to an impossibly narrow waist. He wore only loose, low-slung silk trousers, his dense chest and iron abs on full display. But it wasn't just his size that made Valerius halt. It was his scent and his presence. Ignis was an Omega. It defied all logic of the secondary genders. Omegas were supposed to be soft, yielding, and rare among dragons. But Ignis was an anomaly, an extremely dominant male Omega. His scent of burnt honey and dark chocolate didn't beg for protection. It demanded submission. It rolled off him in suffocating, powerful waves, asserting a fierce, territorial dominance that slammed against Valerius's own alpha pride. "You're trespassing, mage," Ignis rumbled. His voice was a low, resonant baritone that vibrated right through the stone floor and straight into Valerius's chest. He stepped closer, his molten gold eyes narrowing. Because of his towering 6.5-foot height, he looked down at the exceptionally beautiful archmage, trying to pin him beneath his gaze. Valerius swallowed the sudden dryness in his throat, his alpha inner beast roaring at the challenge, yet deeply, dangerously captivated by the beautiful, massive creature before him. "I came to negotiate the ley line boundaries, Lord Ignis. I did not mean to intrude during your season." Ignis let out a dark, mocking chuckle, stepping directly into Valerius's personal space, towering over him. The heat radiating off the dragon's dark skin was palpable. "My season? You think because the heat is rising in my blood, I am weak? That I am going to whimper for you?" Ignis grabbed the lapels of Valerius's heavy cloak, his grip like iron. As he grew tense, sharp, lethal claws involuntarily erupted from his fingertips, though he quickly controlled them, keeping them from tearing the fabric. With a sudden, explosive display of raw strength, the taller dragon pinned the beautifully built archmage against the stone pillar. The sheer dominance in Ignis's posture was intoxicating, a wild contrast to the sweet, receptive Omega pheromones now flooding the room. Valerius didn't fight the pin. Instead, his hands came up to grip Ignis's muscular, narrow waist, his fingers digging into the warm, dark flesh. "I never said you were weak," Valerius murmured, his blue eyes flashing with his own terrifying, dominant alpha authority, his long eyelashes casting sharp shadows on his cheekbones. "I've never met an Omega who could snap my neck with one hand." "I could," Ignis whispered, his golden eyes blowing wide as he caught the full, heavy scent of Valerius's cedarwood and lightning alpha aura. For all his fierce posturing and towering strength, a sudden, subtle shiver ran through Ignis's 6.5-foot frame. The dragon's eyelids fluttered, a soft, involuntary whine catching in the back of his throat. His dominant facade didn't break, but it cracked just enough to reveal the vulnerable, aching core underneath. He needed a mate. He needed this alpha. Valerius saw the shift. His heart hammered against his ribs. This magnificent, lethal creature was demanding control, yet desperately craving to be held. "Let me," Valerius rumbled, his voice dropping an octave into a soothing, commanding alpha register. Slowly, deliberately, Valerius reversed their positions. He didn't use brute force. He used the unyielding weight of his own well-built, powerful frame and absolute alpha dominance to press the larger dragon back against the pillar. Ignis let out a sharp hiss, letting his claws slip out again to dig into Valerius's shoulders, his heavy muscles flexing in a brief, instinctual struggle for dominance. But as Valerius nuzzled the side of Ignis's neck, his cully white hair brushing against the dragon's dark jawline as he inhaled the maddening burnt honey scent, the dragon melted. "You're so hot," Valerius groaned, burying his face in the crook of the dragon's neck. "Let me take care of you, Ignis. You don't have to fight me." A low purr, deep and rumbling like an earthquake, vibrated in Ignis's chest. The fierce, terrifying black dragon wrapped his thick, powerful arms around Valerius's neck, pulling the beautiful archmage impossibly closer, completely enveloping him. "If you dare slacken your grip, mage," Ignis growled softly, his fierce gold eyes yielding at last as he bared his dark neck, "I'll incinerate you. Hold me. Harder." Valerius smiled against the dragon's skin, his alpha instincts flaring in pure triumph as he lifted the heavy, muscular Omega into his arms, carrying his larger mate toward the nest of furs beside the fire.